The San Diego Police Officers Association report found 1,651 full-duty SDPD officers are responsible for the public safety of nearly 1.3 million people living in San Diego, making it the lowest number of patrol officers in more than a decade. My guest, Brian Marvel, president of the San Diego Police Officers Association, joins me with more on the issue and possible solutions. Brian, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, per capita, how does our staffing here in San Diego compare to police departments in other cities?
Actually, if you look nationwide, we're extremely low. We're usually around 1.2. Nationwide, the average usually fluctuates from 2 to 4 officers per thousand.
And specifically, I know San Francisco, which is a little smaller than this, they actually have a pretty large ratio.
Yeah, they actually have, I believe, closer to 3 officers per thousand. In their charter, it actually mandates that they're supposed to be around 2,400 officers. The city of San Diego doesn't have that same stipulation.
San Diego Police Chief Shelley Zimmerman says that pending retirements are only going to make matters worse.
True. Right now, we have 400 officers who could retire today. You go out a couple, 3 years, it winds up being almost 800 officers per that can leave at this time. And that's a serious issue.
Yeah, and let's hear what Shelley Zimmerman had to say about that as well.
Okay.
We are either very young and inexperienced, or we're very experienced with about, as of today, 400 officers are eligible to retire. And so what I can tell you is that we do move our officers that are working patrol from one area to another area, and we are often below what our recommended staffing is on a daily, nightly basis when we go out in patrol.
So there's some pending concerns there, but what are some of the other reasons for the department's low numbers?
Compensation is clearly the driving issue that we believe it is now. There are agencies within the county that are paying substantially more. When officers don't have to move and all they're doing is changing their uniform color, it makes it even easier, and they're reducing their commute costs as well.
Chief Zimmerman also told us the department's low staffing is actually having an impact on response times. Let's listen to what she has to say there.
We're still doing a very good job is to reduce our violent crime, and that's always going to be the focus to make sure the city is safe. But when we talk about the quality of life issues, I get an earful from the public that they don't see our officers as often as they did before, and that we're not addressing as quickly as we once did our quality of life issues, and we're not giving that extra service that we used to be able to do as far as maybe doing a crime prevention at a survey at their house right when that burglary happens.
So she's talking about quality of life issues. How is the problem actually impacting, or is it impacting public safety?
It definitely is. The auditor just recently conducted a report on our patrol operations. At a minimum, just to answer radio calls, and those are the calls that come into communication, requires 646 officers. As of today, we have 641. So our officers are literally going from call to call to call to call. And that's not a way to police.
And that 641 is at any given time on any given shift. That's
Absolutely.
how they're divided about that. She mentioned also about these quality of life issues that aren't being addressed. Can you just rattle off a few of what that really means?
Like we used to have the community-oriented policing where we would address vandalism, graffiti, prowlers coming around. We'd be able to spend some time with a homeowner and say, these are the things that you can do to protect your house. If you see vandalism, call in here, do that. Those are not really being done anymore.
The city just raised the police department's budget by $4 million for police academies and $3.2 million for raises. Why isn't that enough?
Well, the $3.2 million actually went to a program that we modified within our own contract where the officers took money from one area and moved it to another. So in the reality, what was happening is the city's bringing it back, our old program, our holiday pay program. The $4 million for the additional money for the academy is great because we're increasing the amount of recruits that we'll get. Last year we lost more officers than we recruited. We probably will do the same this year depending on attrition.
What's the solution?
We really would like the city council and the mayor to possibly reopen our contract or implement certain steps in the next couple years that will address the public safety issues and mainly the compensation package that we currently have.
Do you think that the city council and the mayor would be on board for opening up these negotiations specifically regarding salary?
I think after a salary survey is being conducted, it's supposed to be the end of September, early October. I think when they see the numbers are as low as we believe they're going to be, I think there will be a lot more pressure for them to actually do something about it.
All right, Brian Marvel with the San Diego Police Officers Association, thank you.
Thank you.